Adam. Our group will present
Error 040 listening not found.
My name is Maxwell Anak SENG. My student ID is 2023817248. So I'm going to play the role of the manager. We will demonstrate common workplace communication barrier. I will be playing the manager exhibiting confirmation bias.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is NURUL Nabila NATASYAH binti FAZLI. My student ID number is 2024-327-573. I played Nabila, the employee that dealing with the defensive listening and frustration.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Alia binti MUSTAFA. My matrix number is 2023627704. I'm going to play a role of a co-worker who uses a powerless language.
Hello, I am MUNIRAH BALQIS BAHAR. Student ID 20236488 will be the HR officer that trying to follow protocol but it is too passive initially.
Greetings, my name is ABIGAIL ANAK LIPA. My student ID 2023660378.
and I will be the mediators applying the HURRY model to resolve the conflict.
Nabila, let's not waste time. We are here because your performance this quite has been acceptable. You missed the client's deadline.
Unacceptable. So Maxwell, I missed the deadline by 1 hour because the entire server crashed.
Sorry for interrupt. See, this is exactly the problem. You always have an issue. It's never your fault. This is called Fundamental Attribution Error. You blame your server, but I know it's because you're disorganized.
Maxwell, maybe we should listen to her side.
I don't need to listen to excuse. I need result. You are lazy, Nabila.
Lazy? I work overtime 3 days in a row. You are not listening to me. You are only hearing what confirms your opinion that I'm a bad employee. That is a confirmation bias.
I'm hearing your disrespect. Sit down.
Okay, let's lower our voices. Nabila, from what I heard, you feel frustrated because of the context of being delayed isn't acknowledged. Is that right?
Yes, finally. Thank you, MUNIRAH.
HR always take the soft side. We need fact. I call a weakness. Alia, come in here. Alia, sit down. Tell us about this day. Did Nabila submit the project on time?
Well, I think sort of. I mean, I'm not really sure, but
Spit it out. Yes or no?
well, technically, no. But I heard that maybe the internet was slow.
See? Technically, no. Even your friends say you are fail.
She didn't say that. She said that internet was slow. You are twisting her words.
I just feel like maybe.
Hold on. Alia, are you using a lot of hedges and disclaimer? Short of maybe take a breath. What did you actually see?
I saw Nabila trying to upload the file at 4:55 p.m. The screen showed error 404, and she was screaming at the computer.
She was screaming? Unprofessional. Put in the report, MUNIRAH. Employees scream at the office equipment.
This is hopeless. You have closed-mindedness. You refuse to listen to anything that disagrees with you.
Maxwell, if the screen said error 404, that validates the story.
Or she broke the computer because she was angry she was late.
Stop. Everyone stop. We are going in circle. This is a classic example of communications breakdown. Maxwell, you are debating, not listening. Nabila, you are defensive listening.
So, what do you suggest, Abigail?
We will be using the Harriet model right now. Hearing, understanding, remembering, interpreting, evaluating, and responding.
Step 1. Hearing. Maxwell, please be quiet and just listen to what Nabila says. And Nabila, state the fact, no emotion, just a fact.
I attempt to upload the file at 4:55 p.m. but the server was down until 6 p.m.
Second step, understanding. Maxwell, do you understand the words she said? Not what you think she means. The words.
She said the server was down.
Step 3, remembering. Alia, does this what you remember seeing?
Yes, I remember that the IT guys running past saying that the main router fried.
Step 4, interpreting. This is where we messed up. Maxwell, you are interpreted the delay of the laziness.
There was technical failure.
No, her record shows she is 99% punctual of the time. This is an outlier.
Finally, step 6. Maxwell, how should you respond now that you have actually listened?
Nabila, I apologize. I was focused on the client being angry and I projected that onto you. I should not have used statement like you are lazy.
Thank you so much, Maxwell, and I apologize for yelling. I feel attacked, so I stopped listening to your concern about the client. Next time, I will text you immediately if the server crashes down, so you are not surprised.
We move from storming to norming. Good job, team.
Can I go now? I hate conflict.
As you saw, without active listening, we created a conflict that didn't need to exist. By slowing down and using the Fourier model, we separated facts from feelings. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Our group chose to explore a common workplace crisis, the breakdown of trust during a performance review. So in our scenario, titled Error 404, Listening Not Found, we present a conflict where a simple technical error, which is a server crash, escalated into an ethical dilemma due to poor communication. We focus on the communication process that described in the chapter 1, specifically how noise interferes with the message. While the server crash was physical noise, the real problem was the psychological noise, which is the manager's bias and the employee's defensive. So, today we will analyze the specific roles we play and identify the ethical theories behind our conflict and explain how we use the Fourier model to restore professional norms.
I will be explaining the objectives of our roleplay and how it relates to workplace communication and conflict management. First, this roleplay demonstrates common workplace communication barriers. We see issues such as confirmation bias, defensive listening, competitive interrupting, and powerless language. These barriers prevent clear communication and cause the conflict to escalate instead of solving the real problem. Second, the roleplay shows how poor listening leads to unnecessary workplace conflict. Maxwell fails to listen objectively and quickly judges Nabila's performance. As a result, a technical issue becomes personal, creating emotional tension and damaging trust. Third, the roleplay applies the Fourier listening model as a conflict resolution tool. The mediator, Abigail, uses the Fourier steps to guide the discussion. This helps everyone to focus on facts, improve understanding, and respond more constructively. Finally, the role play highlights the role of HR and mediation in restoring workplace harmony. Munirah and Abigail represent how HR ensures fairness, follows procedures, and balances emotions with organizational goals.
My name is Maxwell. My student ID is 2023817248. So my role is the manager. So my role is to authority to figure conducting a performance review such as confirmation bias, fundamental attribution error, and close-mindedness. So I will explain about the mistake reflects Nabila personality rather than situation factor. So my rules can show how power bias can block effective listening.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nabila NATASYAH binti FAZLI, and my student ID is 2024327573. So in our scenario, I play Nabila, the employee who was unfairly blamed for a project delay, and my character was designed to demonstrate defensive listening. So this is a barrier where a listener takes innocent comments as personal attacks. Because my manager immediately started with accusations, so I put up a mental shield. I stopped listening to his feedback about the client and only focused on defending my ego. I was also the victim of the fundamental attribution error. So my manager assumed that my mistake was due to my personality, which is laziness, rather than the external situation, which is the server crash. So my role highlighted how hard it is to communicate ethically when you feel your professional integrity is being attacked without the evidence.
Hello, I am MUNIRAH BAHAR, BAHAR, student ID 2023600488, will be MUNIRAH as the HR officer. Okay, the character type here is the passive mediator, that also known as the well-intentioned gatekeeper. The key communication barrier here is the passive listening, which is Munirah listens empathically but does not assert herself strongly enough, especially when dealing with a superior, Maxwell. Although she recognizes the conflict and tries to intervene, her soft tone and hesitation allow Maxwell's confirmation bias, that fundamental attribution error, to dominate the conversation. And the ethical dilemma faced is the protecting employee fairness versus the obeying management authority.
My role is Alia, the co-worker and witness to the incident. I use powerless language such as hesitation and uncertainty when giving my testimony. This shows how nervousness and lack of confidence can reduce message clarity and affect how information is delivered in the workplace.
Hello, my name is Abigail Anak LIPA. My student ID is 2023660378. Alright, next is mediators. The key communication barrier addressed is people is not listening to each other and misunderstanding what was said. Clarification strategy used. Abigail used the Harriet model to help everyone listen, understand, respond properly. She explained and repeat what others say to make sure that everyone get the real message. Ethical's dilemma faced. Abigail must stay neutral, but also make sure the situation is fair for everyone. She needs to balance between keeping the peace and standing up for the truth.
So let's move on to the problems. The first problem is communication breakdown that caused by the confirmations bias and defensive listener. For example, the manager, Maxwell, demonstrates the confirmations bias. He only listens information that confirm his belief that Nabila is unproductive employee. He also commit a fundamental attribution error by blaming Nabila personalities rather than considering situational factors. Meanwhile, Nabila engaged a defensive listening, focusing more on defending herself than understanding Maxwell's concerns. The impact of the first problem is that the communications become one-sided and emotionally charged, fills with personal accusations. The real issue is ignored, escalating the conflict of resolving it. The second problem is lack of empathy and active listening from the management. For example, the HR officer, MUNIRAH, is too intentionally too passive and failed to apply empathy listening, which should have been her role in these discussions. Maxwell, in the other hand, he interprets others and dismisses opposite viewpoint. The situations only improve when myself, Abigail, introduced the heroic model, remembering, interpreting, evolutions, and responding to guide the group to constructive communications. The impact of this problem is the absence of empathy's active listener leads to misunderstanding, interpersonal tensions, and loss of trust in between the employer and the employee.
So today I want to discuss about the issue. So the issue that I found is misjudgment and unfair blame due to the confirmation bias. In this roleplay, the main communication issue demonstrate is misjudgment and unfair blame due to confirmation bias. This occurs when an individual forms a judgment in advance and only pay attention to information that support the belief while ignoring contradictory evidence. The manager enters the perform review with pro-convenience idea that the employee is irresponsible. Because of this bias, the manager interprets and miss deadline as a personal failure rather than considering situational factors such as a technician system error. Even when explanation and supporting evidence are provided, the manager continues to focus only on detail that confirm his negative assumptions. Misjudgment result in unfair blame being placed on the employee. Instead of addressing the actual cause of the problem, the manager labeled the employee as a lazy and uncommitted. As the result, factual information is overlooked and the discussion becomes emotional charged. The unfair blame also triggered defense listening from the employee. Feeling attacked and misunderstood, the employee becomes focused on self-defense rather than understanding the manager concern. This further weakens communication and escalates conflict. Overall, the roleplay highlights how confirmation bias lead to misjudgment and unfair blame, which can damage a trust, increase emotional tensions, and prevent infections, communication, and problem solution. This situation only improves when the bias is recognized and replaced with active and open listen. Thank you.
Next, this is the solution that we can solve the problem. Okay, firstly, we apply structured active listening, HURIA model, which is require all parties to follow the HURIA steps: hearing, understanding, remembering, interpreting, evaluating, and responding. With this, we can prevent confirmation bias and defensive listening. Also, we can ensure decisions are based on facts before and judgment. Next, reduce power distance through assertive HR intervention, which is HR, as MUNIRAH, should intervene assertively when personal attacks or biased language occur. Use evidence-based statements to stop fundamental attribution error. Also, promote psychological safety and fair treatment. And lastly, implement clear incident reporting and communication protocols, which is establish a protocol for technical failures, which is immediate notification and documentation. We can prevent misunderstanding during performance review and also shift focus from blame to problem solving.
To conclude, our roleplay area 404 listening not fun demonstrated that workplace conflicts are rarely just about the technical errors. They are about perceptions. We show that when we let the confirmation bias rule our judgment, we will create a toxic environment. However, by applying the HURIA model, specifically the understanding and evaluating stage, we were able to separate facts from feelings. And one challenge we faced during the preparation was accurately portraying the bad communication style like competitive interacting. It was difficult to be rude to each other while keeping a straight face. However, this assignment has taught us that ethical communication is not passive, but it requires the active choice to listen even when we are frustrated. Thank you. That's all from us.